football season opens up here on AM 1350 KRNT and all of our great affiliates across the state. Of course, our 6-hour extravaganza during the Iowa high school football season. We look forward to everybody coming back. But sportsspotlight.com, the website to keep up with everything through the spring season, is the championships in soccer, unwinding, and boys. Tomorrow the championships will be completed. The girls' state tennis championships are done today. If you go to our website, just completed updating the Class 2A singles, so we have that all up to date. And, of course, girls soccer is next week. There's a lot going on. And then baseball and softball season. Look for our rankings every Sunday morning on our website. And, again, stat leaders throughout the season on softball and baseball here in Iowa. Ryan Priest, John McKay, Landon Cooper, just a great group of guys here. And we're having so much fun. And at the same time, it's serious fun because it's Miles2Give.org. It's about fighting sarcoma, a dangerous form of cancer, bone cancer, that can cause a lot of havoc in folks' lives. And it's a form of cancer that a lot of people don't hear a lot about. Landon Cooper, the founder of this organization, sitting alongside here along with his group of friends. And it's kind of fun just talking off the air if we could record everything and then use it again. But I mean, you guys are from different parts of the country, and yet here you are doing the same thing together. Tell us how you guys got together, a little story about yourselves.
That is a very interesting story. I moved to Utah last fall after living in Hollywood for a little while, and I called up a family of mine. I said, hey, this is my idea. I need a space to just develop everything. Do you mind? They're like, yeah, absolutely. And I went up there and just cut off the rest of my world and focused on Miles2Give. So I kind of had my radar list of who I wanted to be on tour. Priest was on there. My buddy Ryan Bonhart that does the online consulting did our website that you see, did a great job. So they were pretty much an instant in. And then I had the videographer side of things where I really wanted to capture the truth of what we do. You know, the hard days, the dark days, all that stuff. I wanted to really give that to our fans. And I had all these big names and people that connected to Sundance Festival and, you know, all that stuff. And then I interviewed with a few of them and all that stuff. And then John McKay sent me a blind email about a week or maybe less before the tour.
I think it might have been a little less.
It might have been 12 hours now, but he sent this blind email. He's like, hey guys, you know, I love what you're doing and I'd love to be a part of it. I don't have professional equipment, but I've got a great eye, and I lost my mom to cancer last summer. I completely cut off my life to take care of her, and it's just, you know, if you want me, you got me. And so I looked at all these other fancy names, and I'm like, what am I doing, you know? And one of them said, I need $5,000 to come on tour. I'm like, dude, we're a nonprofit. What do you, like, go to Hollywood, you know? And so I called up John on a Sunday night. Never met the guy. Just he had this weird profile picture on Facebook. I was like, this can't be a good start, you know. And
I kind of like that photo.
the girls like it. The girls like it, you know. But I called him, you know, and I said, look, dude, you're in. And he kind of scrambled for 72 hours and put his whole life on hold. And we flew him out to San Francisco the night before at about 9:30, maybe 10 p.m. We had a stranger pick him up at the airport. We were camped out in a Safeway parking lot right across from our start spot, and delivered there 10-ish p.m., maybe almost 11. I said, cool, John, Ryan, Landon, there's your bed, out. Next day we woke up, game on.
That's awesome. John, again, you know, our thoughts and prayers to you and your family, and love to your mom. I know that's going to be tough, but
thank you very much.
But I mean, giving back, that's something that stirs up. With what happened to your mom, it fired your heart and soul up too to do this. And tell us about why you jumped in. I mean, it's definitely your mom keeps your spirit going here.
Well, I don't think I would have sent an email like I did to these guys, just looking at their story on Facebook. We ran for a friend of mine's daughter about a month and a half ago or so, just like your granddaughter. And I saw the story for Miles2Give on her webpage, her Facebook page, and looked into it, and it looked like they still needed a third member of the team. I do some running myself sometimes, climb some mountains in Colorado. You know, like I said, I didn't have any professional equipment with videography, but I have a decent eye, and so I contacted Landon, didn't hear anything back right away, and then I kind of got what I thought was a brush off, or just a, hey, we've got some other considerations, and like he just told everybody, we spoke on Sunday night, we kind of ironed out all the details by Monday afternoon. They emailed me the ticket on Tuesday, and Wednesday I hopped on the plane, so, you know, I guess you could call it a leap of faith.
Now, Ryan Priest also alongside. Did you guys run? I get that correct this time. Were you guys runners before, or is this something you just kind of grew to love at the end, or hate at the same time? But was running part of your life before all of this?
Slightly, yes. I'll keep it at that. But it's been amazing out here running. I mean, it's kind of like my meditation each day. When I'm out there, it's just there's nothing no worries in the world except hearing my feet to the pavement, or if I have a nice uplifting song, or if I want to sing to the cows that I'm passing. It's a great experience, and I enjoy it right now.
I mean, it's a great cause, but well, it has been kind of interesting this last week here in Iowa. You probably had to do some swimming along with your running and dodging some lightning and rain. I mean, every day brings you a different hurdle to jump through here, even though it's for a great cause.
The lightning storms have been amazing. We've had our moments with the three of us just watch the lightning and take some pictures, and it's kind of after the entire day of all the intensity of meeting with families and running and the heat of the day, and just to sit back and watch a lightning storm, it's amazing.
Now, should people be bringing you some shoes to wear? Because you probably need a change of shoes here with all the rain. And
we expect nothing, but we give everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Ryan said. I mean, our form of entertainment is so natural that we're so foreign to like what's going on with any sports around us. And the shoes wise, we got lucky. Hoka actually stepped up and they're official providers, so we're running on clouds with laces basically. But like I said, we basically met on Craigslist.com/spiritual brothers looking for one another, and here we are.
That's all. Now, of course, it's about raising some money for a great cause. How can folks get involved if they're interested in finding out about the organization, how to raise this money and help you with that cause?
I'd like to answer that by telling a great story.
Okay.
I did some media in Denver for KUSA, and there was a lady who was doing her normal routine on whatever morning it was, coffee pot on, TV on with the news, blow drying the hair frantically because they're late, and the whole shenanigans that everybody goes through with their routine. She heard my voice on the TV. She turned it up, and she had never known anything about sarcoma cancer. Nothing. And something about the way that interview was done, she kind of turned, looked into it. Long story short, this lady in Denver, Colorado, took it upon herself to operate from here in her heart, reached out to her friends, and in a short amount of time came to see us on tour with her amazing husband and present us with $25,000 because she was impacted by what we're doing. So, if anyone listening in the greater Des Moines area would like to just look into what we're doing, become aware of sarcoma cancer, please help us contribute to just more research for something that should not be there in the world. Go to our website, Miles2Give.org. Go to the donate page. You can donate a penny a mile, dime a mile, dollar a mile, and just your own amount, whatever. Also on Tuesdays, we have $10 Tuesdays. So for every Tuesday for the rest of the tour, donate $10. Think of what your $5 vice is. Multiply it times 2, cut it out, contribute to a good cause.
Of course, the saying you have.
I've got many. I mean, I read. I got the guys try to keep up with it all the time. I'm giving Keith Richards a money. Yeah. Depends on which one you want.
Well, you have a slogan with run, give, inspire, and go from there. Because you are running, not biking, and you are giving, and you are an inspiration to what's going on. And I mean, I went to your website, and I mean, you have pictures of all the people, some of the people. I'm sure this is just a quick flash of the many people who are. You guys are not. You probably don't even know personally, but you have helped a lot of these. You do know personally, I'm sure, and have touched your lives. Yeah, let's talk about that, because that's got to be difficult. I mean, you've got so many people you're involved with, and yet you get to have a personal contact with all these folks. And how does that all work out for you? I mean, actual hospital visits or home visits and all that. That's
all that.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, that's really going out there.
It's we've been tapped a lot of names and things like that, but at the end of the day, for us, I mean, it's just the responsibility of the human race to give yourself to everything and to never do anything halfway. And a while ago, somebody used the word epic when it comes to or extreme to what we're doing. And honestly, it's not. It's not, because this is a worldwide epidemic. We're only dealing with one country right now. The beautiful thing is we're going to run a different country every year.
Wow.
So when it comes to the people that we meet and the people that we do this for, and the trust me, we call families every day. We reach out to so many people constantly to keep in touch. How are you doing? How's your scans? Did you find a donor? You know, we constantly keep in touch with that. And, you know, all we're trying to do is just, you know, rattle the leaves in the jungle of the sarcoma world. And, you know, it's not us. It's not us three. It's everybody that you saw. It's their journey, and we're just here to highlight it.
Landon Cooper, Ryan Priest, and John McKay, I know you guys probably are looking forward to some dinner tonight, maybe. Maybe if you can find, you're going to get a porcelain place. They said they needed some porcelain. You're going to show them some porcelain?
We've got some porcelain.
So you guys are going to have a pretty good night tonight, get refreshed and recharged, and you still have 43 more days on this part of your journey here on this part, but trying to raise $100,000, and right now 66,000 raised, so it's still a long way to go. And hey, let's just go buy it. Forget 100,000. Let's really make it work and get some good things done, because 100% of the proceeds go again to the chase here for sarcoma cancer. Ben, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to ask Landon and the guys. I'll hand the mic over. What do you guys do in your downtime? I understand you're running 20, 25, 30. You guys like to play cards. What do you guys do in your downtime? Because I can imagine being with the same people, other than the people you meet, you guys probably get sick of each other. I know what it was like growing up with a sister. I was about ready to want to beat them up every time. So how do you guys get away from each other? So, because you can't be together every day and not get frustrated with each other. There's got to be a way.
The interesting thing about that is, like I said, we didn't know each other before. So the learning curve of, you know, when you first get to school, you can leave school and go home. This is the school of Miles2Give. We were thrown into full, you know, full classes 24/7. So that was the interesting curve, probably the first 6 or 8 weeks. But you know, John can take the rest of that one.
Well, we made Landon sleep on the roof. Was I not supposed to tell him that?
Put the cue cards down.
You know, one of the things we love is when people come out and join us, and that kind of breaks up the monotony, if there is some monotony between the three of us. And it's getting to be an everyday event where people will come out and give a few miles. They may run, they may just sit in the RV and kind of talk with us a little bit. There's all sorts of things that, you know, we fill our time with as far as, you know, when we're meeting with other folks like that. This Sunday, we're going to be going to the zoo. We're going to be heading down to the zoo and meeting with a whole bunch of survivors. There's a big event that's going to be at the blank zoo, and we are going to head down there. We're going to have the RV inside, right beside the gorilla cage, I think is where Landon would like for it to show up.
Gorillas or jaguars. So we're gonna go for the penguins, I guess.
So we'll see. I don't think we should be by the elephants. The RV has taken a few nicks and a few dings.
Smells like
And
the elephants sometimes.
yes, it does.
Of course, you're going to be at the Blank Park Zoo here in Des Moines, but your trip's going to end up through Iowa. You're going to have Toledo, Cedar Rapids, Stanwood, Calamus, and Mississippi River's your final destination here in Iowa as you make this trek for 43 more days and a lot of miles to go and running. But here's one of the things I like: dream the impossible, seek the unknown, and achieve greatness. There you go. That was the code I was looking for right there.
We don't know any other way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. You guys, you know, I know, hopefully people out there listening here, of course, sports and life is always mixed. It's something I've always said, and we can't just talk sports all the time. It's about touching lives, too, at the same time. And through sports and through life, we can find a common ground. And there's a lot of great people out there doing a lot of things. We hear about the big things because they have a big voice and big dollars, but a lot of people doing their little piece of the fight. And here's 3 gentlemen right here doing a little piece of the big fight, and we truly appreciate what you guys are doing, and we wish you the best, and we'll kind of keep contact with you guys. How about that?
We'd love that. We'd love to call back in, you know, at any point on the tour to say hello to everybody.
Landon, thank you very much.
God
Thanks for
bless
the
you.
job, and keep up the good work, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.